Hello everybody, and welcome to another MX Bikes video. And today, guys, we are going to be doing a 250 shootout here with the new OEM patch. Okay, we got 18.1C, and I don't really know what it's really affected. You know, I streamed a lot today. I streamed 7 hours straight, and really only rode the Husky. I tested a little bit at early in the day, like right when the patch dropped, but I haven't really tested the other bikes. So we're gonna get on the Honda first here, and I think we're just gonna do a lap or two on each of the notable 250s, because I think there's some obviously that are just never going to be good, but gonna look at lap times, see what's making sense, see what's not, and yeah, hit that sub button and stick to the very end of this video. I'm going to be giving you guys a Husky setup, because I'm not going to lie to you, I think the Husky might be the best 250 right now after this update. We're going to see how these bikes feel. Obviously starting with the Honda here. This was the bike I was vibing with before the patch. We're just gonna see how I'm feeling here. We're just gonna see how we feeling. But off the gate, the bike feels a little bit slower. A little bit less power. Let's see if we can clear this or not. No, we clear that pretty good. I don't know, dude. Some people said that they nerfed the Honda, and I don't know if I really agree with that. It really does not feel different. Still feels amazing as it always has. I really do think this is the best beginner bike to start on. Just a great all-around 250. But I think it feels basically the exact same. Let's do a lap timer around here. Little 49 for a first lap online, 0 warm-up. That's pretty freaking good. But I'm gonna just say, for the Honda, I think it feels the same. I think it's a great option. You can never go wrong with this bike. But stick to the end, because I seriously, I think the Husky's a bit better. So, I don't know, I think we're going to go to the Yamaha next here. Alright guys, we are now on to the YZ, and this is the bike. I'm going to be honest with you, when I fired up the game right after I got the update, I was so excited to ride this thing. And when I initially rode it, I was like, wow, they didn't change it, or maybe they even made it worse. I have no idea. There you go. I mean, that's the story with the Yamaha. It feels like it just doesn't handle like it used to. You know, I truly believe it was the best handling bike in the game, had the best suspension in the game. Maybe it still does. I'm still going to give it a shot here, but man, I just was not gelling with it like I was. Look at that. I mean, just weird physics. You're not getting on the Honda, you're not getting on the Husky. The bike almost feels lighter than it was, and I think it really already was the lightest bike. So, this is interesting. See if we can get into a groove here before this lap ends. But I think the Yamaha I just don't think it's there, man. I think a setup maybe could get it there, but even then, I just don't think it has the power. Maybe they gave it some power, but they had to nerf some handling. I have no idea. Suspension definitely feels different, though. It feels much stiffer than it was previously. I don't know though, we're kind of ripping on it though. Low key. Gearing feels different too. Don't know if they changed that at all. Oh. Dude, I don't understand how I just lose the back end like that. Like it should just start gripping, you know? I don't know. It corners very nicely though. But see that? Like it like just locks up completely. Just randomly. But those are mistakes I feel like before this patch, this bike was just perfect. But I don't know. I could be speaking out of my Katussi right now. I have no idea what I'm saying, but let's see if it lands this. Okay, well I landed on the whatever. I don't like the Yamaha. Okay, I used to love it. Maybe it's still decent. I don't know. You gotta just find a setup for it. But let's go to the KTM, because people have been talking about that KTM. All right, guys, KTM time. I call this bike the Stiffy because it's easily got the stiffest suspension in the game. See how it feels here. See if it's any different. Alright, it's got power. You can already tell. Already tell it's got power. Oh man, the suspension, man. I just can't do the suspension. Why is it so bouncy? I even softened the suspension before I came in here. And it's still bouncy. Still feels like Supercross suspension. We'll keep going, we'll keep going. It feels good in some aspects. I think you really have to just learn to ride it, but I mean, as far as a difference, I don't know. I guess it feels a little bit smoother than it was. Power is very nice. It's very good power. That suspension. Oh my god, it's insane. Oh, okay. Yo, look how stable it is, though. It's actually pretty stable. See how it like corrected itself back there. Pretty good in corners. Never mind. It's kind of hard to turn. I will say, the suspension still needs to be reworked on this. And that's just something I have to mess with. But I'm going to say overall, KTM feels pretty good. It feels better than Yamaha. I don't really know if I can compare it to the Honda. I still think the Honda's probably better overall. You know, I feel like the Honda kind of has a little bit of everything. But I think this KTM has potential. Again, I think you got to have to find a setup, though. Stock, it's just not quite there. All right, guys, the moment of truth. We're on the cucumber. Everyone's been saying this bike is nuts, okay? Everyone's been saying it. Let's see if what they say is true, dude. Now, I don't think this bike has ever been bad, right? I made that cucumber video about a month ago where I was riding Supercross with it. And I actually liked it, man. It's not a bad bike by any means. I just think it's very inconsistent. Let's see how we're feeling, though. Let's see how we're feeling. Okay. I like how it sucks in the corners, dude. Pause, bro. I like how it really just soaks up with the suspension. I also like how fast the thing's going. It's got speed. You know? It really has speed. Probably the fastest 250 in the game right now. What it feels like, anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it feels good. No, there you go. I mean, I did case out a little bit, but it's just, I don't understand how it just rebounds me down like that. You know? Again, I think the suspension, I don't know, man. It seems a bit unstable, which I think can be fixed. I am just running stock suspension here, so that's not the end of the world. Man, I'm gonna have to find a setup for this bike because the suspension's good in some ways. I really think cornering and just, you know, trying to get out of certain situations if you're casing a jump or, you know, just roughness in general, I think this type of suspension can really make it 10 times harder. But the power's there, man. It really just comes down to a setup and learning how to ride it. And this is a bike I've literally spent 0 time on. So, I like this bike a lot. I like this a lot, seriously. I think if you want to find something that you can maybe find a crazy setup and you can really get used to, I think it's a long shot on this bike, but I mean, it's got the tools, bro. It's got the power, the suspension I think you can work with. I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be crazy to see what happens with this bike, and if someone wants to give me a setup, give me a setup. I'll gladly make a video on it again. Because, dude, this thing's got the power. Alright boys, it's Husky time. Now, this is the bike that I've been riding all day on stream, so I do have a bit of a bias to it, and obviously I'm a bit more used to it than the other bikes, but man, it feels good, man. It really does. It feels good. You know, it feels very forgiving. You can case stuff and the suspension just eats it up, bro. Like, it's not even phased, so let's see how good of a lap we can put down right here. Just feels so dialed. It just feels so dialed. I mean, just so dialed. Someone stop the freaking Husky. Look at that. I mean, I even cased the face of that little lip right there, and it's still just, I mean, barely even rebounds. Just eats it for breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. We go off the track because we're just that kidded, and look how much quicker we are than our Honda time. Look how well it corners too. Oh my god. Dude, stick to the end. I'll give you guys a setup. Dude, it's actually insane. Look at this thing, bro. First lap on it. No way I messed up. That was me getting greedy. That was a Trojan getting greedy moment. But let me tell you something. I don't know what that Honda time was, but we were getting 3 seconds on that time. Easily. This bike is cracked, dude. I'm just going to say it. This bike is amazing. I think it could be the best 250 right now. Maybe the Honda's still better. I don't know. But I will say this patch definitely made things more balanced, 100%. You know, I think there's some bikes with more power. Yeah, bro, that we probably could have ran like a 46 right there, but I don't know what to say, dude. Husky's lit. I think it's the best bike right now. Let me give the setup real quick. So, everything that's in red is what was changed. So, obviously lowered gas. I run 8120 now. I was running mid-soft 1 and then 110s on the back. I think 8120 is probably better to run on TFC. Suspension, I just did a click down on everything. So this isn't completely dialed in, but I don't know. I just made it softer. Drivetrain stock, changed mapping to aggressive, and then just lowered swing arm a little bit. But this is by no means a complete setup. It's just what I've done today, and it has felt very consistent. And I think just the stock bike in general is, you know, very consistent now. I think the suspension's a little bit too stiff stock, but anyway, that's going to do it for the video, boys. Hope you guys enjoy the setup in the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.